Greetings, good morning, classmates, teacher. We're going to talk about trade agreements, specifically from Chile. So now, first to begin, as a little introduction, I am Jose Rojas, and I will start talking about this introduction. The modern world is submerged in the process of globalization, a process or a phenomenon, where both countries and cultures are mixing up with one another. And realistically speaking, no country can be isolated and flourish on its own. It needs help or support from other countries in various ways. This in mind, Chile has a great number of FTAs, 26 to be exact, with about 50 different countries. This means that Chile has access to a wide variety of markets, and the products it has reaches to millions of people across the globe. With that said, now Noelia is going to tell us what is an FTA.
Well, I'm Noelia Tapia. Hi. I'm going to explain what is an FTA. It's a free trade agreement basically packed between nations where said countries reduce barriers to the imports and export with the objective to reach a mutual growth from economic growth to technology growth between said nations. These agreements make it so goods and services can be provided across the national borders with less government tariffs, bureaucracy, and any other condition that the nations agreed with when signing the FTA. And to continue, Gonzalo is going to explain the current Chilean FTAs.
Mornings. I'm Gonzalo Lira, and the current Chilean FTAs, its partners or countries specifically, are Mercosur and Canada, that both of them signed in 1996. Mexico signed in 1998. We have Central America, that includes Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua, that signed in 1999. The European Union signed in 2002, and we have three countries: Republic of Korea, United States of America, and the European Free Trade Association, that signed in 2003. We also have New Zealand, Singapore, and Brunei Darussalam, that signed in 2005 with China. And now, Angelica is going to continue with the other one.
Good morning, I'm Angelica Arcos, and I'm going to continue. We have Panama, Peru, and Colombia, all of them signed in 2006, Japan in 2007, Australia in 2008, Turkey signed in 2009, Malaysia in 2010, Vietnam in 2011, Hong Kong, China in 2012, Thailand in 2013, the Pacific Alliance in 2014, and Argentina and Indonesia in 2017. Next, we're going to talk about the most important FTAs.
Well, the most important FTAs is the first one, Mercosur. This agreement was signed within the framework of ALADI as the Agreement of Partial Scope of Economic Complementation, number 35, ACE 35. Chile and Mercosur decide to depend the current trade agreement on services. For this purpose, they met on June 14, 2007. Chile and Uruguay met on September 10 in 2007 to depend relations between the two countries on this matter. On July 1, 2008, after 11 rounds of negotiations, Chile and Mercosur finalized trade and service negotiations. The second one is Mexico, that the main element that has driven the increase in trade between Chile and Mexico is tariff liberalization, which today amounts to 99.7% of bilateral trade. This FTA is a state-of-the-art agreement which includes all issues related to trade and investment. The agreement has benefits both countries, providing transparency in the provisions with an institutional framework that monitors commitments, mechanism for conflict resolution, along with the fluid dialogue between governments that expedite problem solving. And we are going to continue with
United States.
yes.
Okay, so the United States is the second most important commercial partner of Chile. Since it was signed the TFA, the tariffs on the U.S. exportations to Chile were reduced by 90%, and the exportations from Chile to the U.S. Were reduced by 95%. When it was signed, it was established duty-free trade in all products within a maximum of 12 years. This expired in 2016. And since 2009, that it was when the TFA was signed, the exports to Chile increased by 248% after the signature. And now we have Canada. The bilateral commerce of goods between the two countries reached about 2.9 million in 2019. Also, for Canada investors, Chile is the top choice, where almost of 70 billions of dollars were invested in 2017. And in the same year, Canada and Chile signed amending agreements to modernize the FTA and support an open, inclusive, and progressive rules-based trading environment. So, to continue, we have the European Union.
Right. Now, continuing with the European Union, this treaty was signed in 2002. Despite this, Chile has its first international and economic relations dating back to 1990. The democracy returned to the country. The president at the time, Patricio Elwin, tried to establish diplomatic and economic relations with this European bloc. And the objectives of this agreement are to ensure technological, educational, and economic cooperation and growth between the two parties, being Chile and the European Union. But we have to keep in mind that this agreement was somewhat controversial because of the environmental problems that this could cause to Chile as a country. This is because Chile had to export a great variety of prime materials to other countries in Europe. Now we're going to continue with China.
The agreement with China was signed in 2006. After the first year of this agreement, the exports from China to Chilean export received from China doubled, and the imports grew by 40%. This trade agreement was the first diplomatic relationship with China, with a Latin American country. And nowadays, China is the biggest trade partner of Chile. And also, it has become the main trade partner. And about 20% of all the trades are from here as of 2010. Lastly, we're going on to the conclusion.
Go ahead.
Thanks to all these free trades with all these countries, Chile has had an increase over this with the economy and monetary evolution. In addition, these treaties that are not in force but were already accepted and signed will cause this country to have economic recognition not only at national level but also worldwide.
And now to finish everything as a whole, Chile must take advantage of these agreements and treaties to achieve a greater level of growth. And this growth shouldn't be just economic, it should be educational, technological, scientific, and even cultural to so that the businesses and treaties that are made here try to emulate those from other countries in a way to benefit Chile and its people. And for that, we must use the resources and cooperations from other nations that these countries provide. Thanks for your attention. That would be all.